101.8.
Right, time now for us to turn our attention to real estate by way of Stake, the leading digital platform for real estate investments. Why? Because they're making a big announcement today. They have been out to market looking for funding as part of their latest line, and can say that they're well. Why am I telling you the numbers? We've got the co-founder and the co-CEO of Stake, Rami Tabbara, in front of us at the moment. I've got the word embargo over everything in front of me at the moment, but I've got the boss in front of me. He can tell me exactly what has gone as part of the Series A funding. A good one. Good morning to you first and foremost.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Great to have you with us here. So
Same here.
Tell us all. The embargo is lifted. Over to you. The floor is yours.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty exciting announcement for us. Great milestone. We're announcing our Series A today, which is a total of $14 million, raised from some of the largest names in the region. So we had the round led by Middle East venture partners with involvement from Wa'ad Ventures by Aramco, which is obviously one of the largest VCs in Saudi Arabia. We had Mubadala out of Abu Dhabi, Sovereign Wealth Fund out of Abu Dhabi. And then we had Republic, which is a large US investment platform in the United States, over 3 million users. And we had Al Jumeih, which is one of the largest Saudi conglomerates in Saudi Arabia. So a very decent round with large investors in the region, which really gives us the credibility as a real estate investment platform.
So next question is... and congratulations to you and all the team. A lot of
Thank
hard
you very
work
much.
going into that. $14 million in Series A funding. It's a great achievement. You mentioned investment from Saudi Arabia there. Is that part of the plans moving forward?
100%. So we've been at it now for close to 18 months to go into the market in Saudi. We believe it's still untapped. We want to be one of the first investment platforms that allows international investors to go into the market there. So yes, actually right after Eid, towards the end of June, we'll be live there. We already have a team, we have an office, we're committed to being there. So our plans are to be in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, you've been, ripping up trees, making headwinds here in Dubai for the last 3 years since launch as well. 500,000 users now, is that right?
555,000.
Only going upwards at the moment, that's for sure. How from what you've learned there, from the data you've been able to put together over the course of the last 3 years as well, from your understanding of this market, is it very different in Saudi Arabia? Are they two different entities?
So there's a huge affinity to real estate in Saudi Arabia. It's one of the largest real asset classes. People want to participate, but they haven't had an easy way to do it. And part of Vision 2030, there's visualization programs, which are 13 programs. 2 of those are the housing programs and the digitization of the economy. Stake touches on both of those. So going into that market, we believe that we can be a great force in allowing the retail investors in the country to participate in the real estate market. But above that, one of the things we're most excited about is allowing international investors to participate in the market there. So we're one of the first platforms to allow people to do that. So already out of 550,000 users, one of our largest user base are Saudis, but also we have people from 204 nationalities from 170 countries. And when we ran a poll asking these people, do you want to invest in Saudi Arabia? 90% said yes. People want a piece of it. I mean, if you look at what they're doing over the next 3 years, from here till 2030, how the real estate market is growing, expected to go over to $1 trillion. Today, it's at $70 billion transactions, expected to be over $100 billion. So there's a lot, 320,000 hotel rooms are being built. I mean, there's a lot of demand. So for us to be able to enable people to invest in that market is huge for us. So
how far are we along at the moment in terms of the digitization of that investment process? Are we there yet or not?
It's just starting. It really is just starting. I mean, there's been a long process that we've been part through getting the license from the regulator, but now is the perfect time. It's something, being the first, people are always like, oh, we're being the first, how are you going to scale, how are you going to raise awareness? But, Saudi Arabia has one of the highest mobile penetrations in the world. People are digital already. So enabling people to invest in the property market through our app is something that we believe is going to get massive success, and we will be able to scale there.
You touched on it a little bit earlier on, that sort of double-headed process, obviously utilizing tech to its best potential, but also that sort of very human approach as well. Property is personal in many ways as well. How much, give us a sort of indication of the efforts that you're putting into the sort of tech side of things at the moment. Obviously, the investment will help that, but given the sort of evolution of tech at the moment, given the evolution of the market, it must be a sort of never-ending process.
100%. So I'll tell you, we're now 68 people. Over half our team are in tech and product. We're fully committed to making our user experience very transparent, very digital. I mean, we always say our app is the most advanced real estate investment app in the world. And we really stand by that because, you can invest, own a piece of Dubai and eventually Saudi in 3 minutes. One thing that we've really done is when we open up the Saudi market, we're not asking you to download another app. It's one app. You swipe left, you invest in Dubai, swipe right, you invest in Saudi. And that's kind of our mission. We want to make real estate borderless. So allowing people to do that onto one app has really taken us a lot of time in terms of build. Such a seamless experience. You do one KYC, one onboarding, and you can invest in both markets. So in terms of digitizing the process, we've really put a lot of time and effort to ensure that it's a very seamless experience. You can now, it's like shopping on Amazon. We always say this. You add the cart, you check out, and boom, you own a piece of Dubai and Saudi in under 3 minutes. And that's something that we really stand behind.
Is that feasible? I mean, because a lot of our listeners will listen in and they'll go, yeah, we get the accessibility, we get the transparency, we get the liquidity that you're talking about there. But borderless as well, can we get there?
Yes. Starting end of June, when we open up our first product in Saudi, which we're very excited about, people will be able to do that borderless on an app, and they'll get ownership certificates. They'll be able to see exactly what they own. We're looking at doing income generating, so people will be able to see that income at the end of every month. That's something we stand behind. Our motto is your second income, so people will be able to see second income both from Dubai and Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. So, we'll show that to the people.
Given the success to date, given the ambitions, as you mentioned there, and of course the investment coming through from Series A as well. What's the next 6 months hold as we're coming to that sort of halfway point of the year? Do you set yourself sort of targets for the end of the year?
Of course, we have very ambitious targets. I'm sure if the team is listening, they're saying they're too ambitious. But yeah, I mean, we've set targets. So, one of the things that we want to do is continue to scale in Dubai. We have our growth is over 30% quarter on quarter. So we're already the leading real estate investment platform in the UAE. We want to go into Saudi and double down in Saudi, but also grow our presence in Dubai. One of the things that we're doing in the next 6 months is we're allowing investors to participate in commercial real estate, which is very exciting. You've talked about this on your show before. Commercial real estate, retail real estate in Dubai is flying. So enabling retail investors to own a piece of the action, is something that we're very excited about. So over the next 6 months, we'll be doing that to diversify away from just residential real estate in Dubai, but also doubling down in Saudi and allowing people to not just own residential in Saudi. We're going to allow people to own warehouses. We're going to allow people to own commercial space. We're going to off-plan. I mean, we're going to allow people to own a very diverse range of real estate. So next 6 months is really doubling down here and in Saudi.
Final minute with you, Rami, and just obviously Dubai, UAE, obviously seeing the success there. Focus on Saudi Arabia over the course of the next 6 months and moving forward. Does it end there, or are you looking further afield?
Not at all. So, one of our shareholders is Republic, which is a U.S. real estate investment platform. So, our mission was always to allow people to own real estate in various geographies from one app, which goes back to what you were saying. Can you really make this borderless? And we can, because part of this investment from Republic, they have real estate in the U.S. And part of this partnership is to allow people to invest into the U.S. real estate market through us. So yeah, we want to be the leading real estate investment platform in the world. We've already got calls from platforms in the US that have said, how do we partner? Your tech is amazing. So yeah, we want to go global. But we want to walk before we can. Yeah, one step at a time. And focus has been really the reason why we've gotten here. So for the next 2 years, we really want to focus on the region, which is growing in Saudi and the UAE for sure.
Congratulations to you and
thank you very
team.
much.
Great news. Really appreciate you sharing it with us as well here
thank you so
this
much.
morning. So
really
thank you so much
it.
indeed for choosing the business breakfast. Rami Tabbara there, co-founder and co-CEO of Stake, as they celebrate their $14 million Series A funding.
Your ARN News.
Good morning.